Hi everybody, Geraldine Rose here. It's safe to put this one up now, but sadly it's another sympathy card. I've been staring at my editing program screen for about the last half hour, trying to figure out the right words to say. I've known this gentleman, he's from our horsey community. I am thinking since about the 1970s, and that's going to give you a clue that I am not as young as I sound. I'm quite old. And I'm losing more and more of the friends that have been part of my life journey. It's one of those things where your mortality is being thrust in your face, especially with me having gotten sick so many times this winter, and it seems like every time I step out now, that because my immune system is compromised and I just get sick at the drop of a hat and can't even walk around without my heart rate jumping up to 145 beats per minute, although that's not like that anymore right now, where we've been working on my health lately. And just things that had happened that kind of added to that funk. There was one woman that took it upon herself to try spreading some rumors about me in at least four of the Instagram chats. I confronted her in one of them and I called her an incorrigible gossip. She did not clear it up in the chat. She sent me 5 private messages and didn't apologize, but said that she was only joking and that we all need to forgive her because her menopause brain makes her this way. But, I'm still pissed about that. And then, of course, there was the whole Texas MAGA person going off on me in the middle of the night because in the anti-racism hop, I mentioned Maple MAGA, which is a huge concern to many of us Canadians up here, and nothing to do with the MAGA that is in other countries, right? I just went, you know what, this is all BS. I don't feel like doing anything with social media. I've been making lots of cards. I do have some footage on those, but I just haven't felt like making videos. And so for those of you that do like listening to them, sorry, I will get back into it, but I just need to feel the funk and come back up out of it, and that's what's happening. As for this card, it was just I had back-to-back sympathy cards too. And I know that when you get yourself in that state where you're always looking for, oh gosh, something bad has happened, that of course more bad things keep happening. And that's why I said, okay, I need to take a break. And we need to focus on getting my emotional and my physical health back. And it has been improving. I've been making some pretty cards. So that is a sign for me that, I should get going on this again. Now, for this card, though, I had to get it together quickly and send it out. And so I did just a very traditional style of card with a frame around the outside, running that through the embossing folder. I used a stamp image in the background here with more lilies. They were one of the stamp timber sets from Altenew, along with their Stargazer Lily die cut set. And I wanted to have them just as another depth in the background that you would kind of see them. Now, the paper that I'm using is a shimmer black paper. And so I embossed it with a clear embossing. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put some metallic paints over top of it, kind of like a very dreamy quality in the background that somebody has passed forward to the other realms. For the sympathies, Penny Black has got some really wonderful ones in their sympathy sentiments. So I put those down in the colors of blue. And I was using blue because it's for this gentleman. I came back in with darker blues and highlighted just those words that were in the script font. I've also, as you can see, got a lily image out. And for that one, I had to pull my Stamp Wheel 2 out because it's bigger and you can take the sides off of it and put your card in so that it's sticking out over the side. This one, if I wanted to put the lily in that, having it hang off the corner, I would have had to bend the card older. And then you kind of mess your crease up, right? Those of you that have done that and you know where you put the tape in between to kind of hold the two parts together, and then you have to take the gum eraser to get the tape off. So I was just like, well, I've got the Stamp Wheel 2.0, just use that. I'm throwing a custom stamp on the back there, and now I'm rubbing off all the anti-static powder over the portion that I had embossed now that it has cooled down. Don't do that while it's still warm because you'll end up with like the microfiber fuzzies on it. I'm choosing which embossing folder I'm going to use. I ended up going with this diamond gritty one. I think it was the checkered squares. And so I will run that through, even with the embossed image on there, because I want the texture and I don't want those lilies in the background to be something that really stands out. Going back to the die cuts that I did for the main one lily that's going to be on the front, and where I had used the blues from the watercolor markers and diffused them out. I'm going back in now that they're dry with the orange one, and I'm putting dots over top of this, and then I'm going to let that dry a little bit too. And then I'm going to come back in with some splatter and some shimmer sprays. I'm splattering first with the blues to get some texture on. I will do that on the flowers and the leaves. The leaves were a silver cardstock that I used, like it was a matte silver cardstock, so that it was a bit dullish, so that it wasn't really shiny, shiny, bling, bling in your face kind of thing. And I also put some over the back panel. Now I am going to bring the solar spray in because this has a different quality from the shimmer sprays from Altenews, where it's much more opalescent, and the shimmer spray, it didn't show up as well on that black shimmer cardstock, so I was trying it out. I'm going to glue the lily together here. Of course, you can see that's where I've got the layering guide flipped over on the back of the package. The Altenew keyhole system that they have, they will tell you each of those flowers that you're constructing or leaves, how they fit together. And they do tend to have different shapes for each flower that are in the middle that you layer up. And as well, they also have like either numbers that are there or little dots that show you what layer it is. This is where I brought in the iridescent spray, and just over the entire top now, I am soaking it. I'm spritzing the whole thing because I want those colors to reactivate and start running out and blending out. And while that is off to the left drying, this is where I got out my Kuretake, the gem colors, and I am trying to color in those two lilies that I've got in the background panel, but the metallic paint wasn't really sticking well to that cardstock. It did end up having a different effect on it. You can tell that they're there because the embossing powder that was set, it does resist it. You see, there they are. So you can see them. So I've already started setting my background leaves into spot so that I can put the lily over top. I'm setting the tittle into spot for the width. Here's the sympathy going down. And that too, I had run back through my die cut machine with the good side facing down because I wanted to pick up the texture off the cutting plate. And it gave it kind of like a bumpily burnished effect across the width sympathy so that it wasn't quite as shiny. Lily's gone down. We're going to put some of the dream drops and some of the liquid pearl drops around as embellishments because I didn't want it to have too much other shine on it. And that's the finished card. Sorry that I sent this out already without getting my typical ending video clip, but this one will do. And meantime, everybody, try and be that change we need to see in the world. It's a rough go out there, but thanks for watching. We'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.